Today we delve into one of the most complex and volatile geopolitical situations of our time, the intertwined conflict between the United States, Iran, and Israel. This isn't a new struggle. Its roots run deep, shaped by decades of history, shifting alliances, and clashing ideologies. To understand the present, we must look to the past. The relationship between the United States and Iran was once quite close, particularly under the Shah. However, the 1979 Islamic Revolution dramatically altered this dynamic. The revolution saw the overthrow of the pro-Western monarchy and the establishment of an anti-Western Islamic republic. The subsequent Iran hostage crisis cemented a deep animosity, leading to decades of no formal diplomatic ties and persistent mistrust. The U.S. has since imposed stringent sanctions on Iran, primarily driven by concerns over Iran's nuclear program, its human rights record, and its support for various regional proxy groups. The 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, or JCPOA, aimed to curb Iran's nuclear ambitions in exchange for sanctions relief, offering a brief glimmer of de-escalation. However, the U.S. withdrawal from the deal in 2018 and the re-imposition of sanctions severely intensified tensions, initiating a maximum pressure campaign against Tehran. For Israel, Iran represents an existential threat. Iran's government does not recognize Israel's right to exist and has openly called for its destruction. This is not just rhetoric. Iran actively supports groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, and the Houthi movement in Yemen, all of whom directly challenge Israeli security. Israel views Iran's nuclear program as a direct threat to its survival, fearing Iran's acquisition of nuclear weapons. Consequently, Israel has adopted an aggressive stance, conducting covert operations, cyber attacks, and airstrikes targeting Iranian nuclear and military facilities, as well as Iranian-backed forces in Syria and elsewhere. Just recently, we've seen intensified Israeli strikes on Iranian nuclear sites and military installations, with Israel pledging to continue until Iran's nuclear threat is dismantled. The United States plays a dual, often contradictory role in this conflict. As Israel's staunchest ally, the U.S. provides significant military and diplomatic support, upholding Israel's security interests. This aligns with broader American interests in the Middle East, including regional stability, counterterrorism, and preventing the spread of weapons of mass destruction, particularly concerning Iran. However, the U.S. also finds itself caught between two deeply antagonistic nations. While aiming to contain Iran, Washington also seeks to prevent a full-blown regional war that could destabilize global energy markets and entangle American forces. The U.S. maintains a substantial military presence in the Middle East, often becoming a target for Iranian-backed militias, further complicating its position. The ongoing discussions about whether the U.S. will join Israel in direct attacks on Iran highlight the perilous tightrope Washington walks. Today, the conflict is in a dangerous cycle of escalation. We are seeing direct military exchanges, with Iran firing missiles at Israel and Israel conducting widespread airstrikes across Iran, targeting military and nuclear sites. Civilian casualties are tragically mounting on both sides. The international community, including the UN, has condemned the attacks and urged an end to hostilities, fearing a wider regional conflagration. The axis of resistance, Iran's network of proxies, appears to be strained, with many unable or unwilling to offer significant support to Iran in the face of sustained Israeli and American pressure. This suggests a potential shift in the regional power balance, but also a heightened risk as Iran may seek new ways to assert its influence or retaliate. The future of this conflict remains deeply uncertain. Diplomacy is fragile, trust is scarce, and the stakes are incredibly high. The path forward is fraught with challenges, with the potential for miscalculation to ignite a devastating regional war. The world watches, hoping for a de-escalation but bracing for the unpredictable.